Something incredible has just been spotted in the depths of our solar system, something that's got astronomers scratching their heads and space enthusiasts buzzing with excitement. Between Mars and Jupiter, where the asteroid belt lies, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has captured an object that doesn't quite fit any known category. It's not a planet, not a moon, and not a typical asteroid. What the JWST saw is something in between, a celestial body that seems to blur the lines between what we thought we knew about our solar system. This is the story of that mysterious object, how it was found, what it might be, and why it could completely reshape our understanding of planetary formation. Let's start with where it was discovered, the asteroid belt, a massive region of space stretching between Mars and Jupiter. It's filled with millions of rocky remnants left over from the early days of the solar system, cosmic leftovers that never coalesced into a full-fledged planet. Most of these objects are cold, dark, and irregular in shape. But recently, JWST's ultrasensitive infrared sensors picked up something strange, an object that was too bright, too active, and too complex to be a typical asteroid. Scientists initially thought it was a comet, but the data told a different story. Unlike normal asteroids that reflect sunlight, this object, temporarily designated 2025 AJX, seemed to have its own faint atmosphere-like halo, with visible traces of outgassing, the release of gas and dust similar to what happens with comets when they approach the Sun. However, 2025 AJX wasn't behaving like any known comet either. It didn't have a tail pointing away from the Sun, and it wasn't losing mass rapidly. Instead, its activity appeared stable, almost controlled. That's when JWST focused its powerful near-infrared camera, NIRCam, and mid-infrared instrument, MIRI, directly at it. What the telescope found stunned scientists. The spectrum revealed minerals rich in silicates and metals, much like those found on rocky planets such as Mars, but also traces of frozen volatiles, substances like carbon dioxide and ammonia that are usually found only in icy bodies from the outer solar system. In simple terms, this object looked like it was made of both rock and ice, a hybrid, half asteroid, half comet. Something that theoretically shouldn't exist in this region of space. So what could it be? One theory suggests that this might be a planetesimal, an ancient building block of planets that somehow survived from the dawn of the solar system. Billions of years ago, when the Sun was still forming, countless planetesimals collided and merged to create the planets we know today. Most were destroyed or absorbed, but a few, like 2025 AJX, may have escaped that violent fate. If true, this discovery gives us a rare glimpse into the raw materials that once built entire worlds. Another hypothesis is even more fascinating. Some scientists believe that 2025 AJX could be a migrated object, possibly a remnant from the outer solar system that was pulled inward by Jupiter's immense gravity billions of years ago. Its icy core may have been partially stripped away by solar radiation, leaving behind a hybrid body, rocky on the outside, icy deep within. In that sense, it truly is something between Mars and Jupiter, not just in location, but in composition, a cosmic bridge connecting the inner and outer solar systems. But the most intriguing part of JWST's observation wasn't just the composition, it was what the telescope saw happening on the surface. Using its high-resolution infrared imaging, JWST detected heat fluctuations, as if parts of the object were heating up and cooling down rapidly, suggesting internal activity. That's right, the object might actually be geologically active. On an asteroid, that's unheard of. Normally, such bodies are completely inert. But this one appears to have vents or fissures that periodically release gas or dust, possibly triggered by internal heat, collisions, or solar radiation. This finding has astronomers wondering, could 2025 AJX be a protoplanet, a world that started forming billions of years ago but never finished? If so, it might hold the answers to one of astronomy's biggest mysteries, why the asteroid belt never turned into a planet. Early models of the solar system suggest that, if not for Jupiter's enormous gravity disrupting the region, a planet might have formed there. 2025 AJX could be a remnant of that lost world, the embryo of a planet that never came to be. JWST's data also showed something else, traces of complex organic molecules on the surface. These aren't living organisms, but carbon-based compounds that are the building blocks of life. Such molecules are rare in the inner solar system and are usually found on comets that come from the Kuiper belt, far beyond Neptune. The fact that JWST found them here, on an object in the asteroid belt, raises an exciting possibility. Could life's ingredients have once traveled from the outer reaches of the solar system toward Earth through objects like this? If so, 2025 AJX might be a missing link in the chain of cosmic chemistry that led to life as we know it. To better understand this mysterious body, astronomers are now planning follow-up observations with both JWST and ground-based telescopes like ALMA and VLT. There's even early discussion about a potential spacecraft mission to visit it, similar to how NASA sent the OSIRIS-RX probe to the asteroid Bennu. A mission to 2025 AJX could help confirm whether it truly contains both icy and rocky material, and whether it's an ancient relic from the early solar system or something much stranger. One particularly bold theory, though still speculative, is that the object might be a fragment of a destroyed protoplanet. Some models suggest that during the chaotic early days of the solar system, collisions between forming planets may have shattered one or more of them. If that's the case, 2025 AJX could be a surviving shard of such a world, carrying within it geological clues about a planet that no longer exists. That would make it one of the most valuable discoveries in modern astronomy. The excitement around this find isn't just because it's unusual, it's because it challenges our definitions. For decades, we've neatly categorized celestial bodies into planets, moons, comets, and asteroids. But what JWST is showing us is that the universe doesn't care about our labels. Space is messy, dynamic, and full of exceptions. 2025 AJX might be one of many hybrid objects out there, waiting to be discovered. And this discovery reminds us of why the James Webb Space Telescope is such a game changer. Its ability to see in infrared allows it to peer through cosmic dust and detect faint heat signatures that other telescopes miss. Without JWST, this strange world between Mars and Jupiter might have remained invisible, just another speck in the darkness. Instead, it has become a key to understanding how our solar system evolved, and possibly, how life began. So, something crossed between Mars and Jupiter, and JWST caught it all. A world that is part rock, part ice, part mystery, and entirely fascinating. It could be the missing link between planets and asteroids, between creation and destruction, between lifeless rock and the potential for life itself. Whatever it turns out to be, one thing is certain: our solar system is far more complex, and far more alive, than we ever imagined. And as JWST continues to scan the skies, who knows what else it might find? Maybe more hybrid worlds. Maybe lost planets. Maybe something that rewrites the story of where we came from. The universe always has surprises waiting, and this time, it's hiding right between Mars and Jupiter.